Alright, I'm in some uneasy energy, so if that resonates, let's see what's going on. Let's get some context, some answers for all of us. Our little family. Let's do that. All of these imaginers, their creative minds. Let's see. I just got my writer today, and then I've got the power deck for Oracle. Hopefully this is a quick one, and I can just read off a card for you guys at the end. So let's see. We got Justice at the end. At the bottom of the deck. Word. Okay. I'm just going to take what is flipped up right now. Let's see. Because half the deck and my mom is wanting to come out for that fucking Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, so what we've got. First one I got was Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Then we've got the Four of Cups. We've got the Seven of Pentacles as well. And then we've got the Queen of Wands. Okay. There is a lot of waiting energy here. I'm getting a lot of looking at what has been, and that kind of energy combined with just the energy of patience. So that kind of duality, just impatience in deciding or figuring out what we're looking for. It's a little easy. It's a little too easy to look into the past. You know what I mean? It's a little too easy to. I'm even just getting like time put into past relationships. This isn't necessarily just romantic or just platonic or family, but whatever's applying to you in the situation. But give me some more on this Queen of Wands. Yeah. With this Queen of Wands, I'm getting like the waiting is so nearly over. It is so nearly over. I think when we want something new in a relationship, and we're also in that like patience, and it's easy to look at what we've already had and look for that rather than being open to the new of what's actually coming in. I'm getting a lot of summertime energy from the Queen of Wands. Got a lot of what's it called? Yellow and sunflowers and all things like that. She seems very grounded in what's going on. So I'm getting this feeling that you're just like, you're locked in whatever you're doing and pursuing right now. But it's like when that quiet that is so easy to avoid, that silence that none of us want to sit in, then comes all of the past and comes all the yearning and all of that stuff. And that's completely fair, but that shouldn't taint your image of the future and like what you truly deserve, and accepting the new and accepting that also means accepting that you are worthy of way better things and way cooler things. And these things really want you, They want to pull you into that energy. And you're headed there. I'm getting like, yeah, it's you're headed into that energy, locked in, which is a great place to be at. Like, mentality wise. It could be whatever you're working on, like your own personal endeavors, or just if you're racking up money or whatever it is. Just it's this energy of like you're doing something for yourself, and you're locked into that, and you're being asked to, within this waiting period and just this almost there, to really like hold optimism. And it's okay when emotions come up that are like, you know, obviously like sadness and maybe anger of past things, or just dwelling, or a lot of comparison maybe. But when those things are like just kind of flowing and coming up, I'm kind of getting an image in my head of like, it's like all these things that are just like passing within the river, right? And then, but we're not really looking at is like the surface of the water, which is like clean and shiny, and it's got the sun glowing off of it and stuff like that. And if you really look at that, you can look at your reflection, and it might look a little warped and stuff, but don't take that negatively. Take it as like you are continuously changing, and you are, those things are moving far and along, and where you are, even if it feels stuck and like just, you know, that top layer doesn't really look like it's moving. So I don't know, I don't know if that makes sense. um or, you know, you ever been to the beach and like you see the waves going around, and then like some closer to the shore there'll be like areas where the water's like more flat, and then the waves are kind of going around that. Like, I just get this feeling, or yeah, it just, you feel stuck, but you're actually changing like rapidly, and you are learning rapidly. And give me some more. Come on. Let's see. Yeah. The storm is over, man. You know? Again, with this reflections thing, we look at these swords, and swords I always think of as reflections, or especially around like the headspace. And it's you look at this sword, and like you can look at it in many different, you know, angles and stuff like that, and you look different in every single one. You know what I mean? And then you go and look 5 minutes later, and like it might even look different. Like, it's just, it's only your perspective that is making you think that you're stuck. You know, you are actually, just even from yesterday, you have changed so much. Even if all you did was sleep today, like, you learn things in your sleep. You know, your body, things be changing and moving and stuff, and it's all preparing you for this like this revive, this like, it's just like this rainbow that is coming in from this storm, and you're just so caught up on that storm. But here comes all this help, here comes all this love, and all of this yeah, yeah. Five of cups at the bottom of the deck. It's okay to, you know, look at what's flopped. And it's, I don't know if at this point you're really just being hard on yourself, or it's just like an annoyance at this point to be looking at stuff like that. But as soon as you're done looking at like those cups that have spilled, you're able to, you know, turn around, and as you're walking away from those, immediately, boom, look at this, you know? And that's just continuously happening every day. It's like as soon as you stop looking at something a certain way and you turn away from it, boom, it's like already alchemized itself into something else, you know? And at best, a lesson that you have learned from. Yeah, Judgment in reverse. More on that. And we got the Page of Pentacles. Let me get one more on that. You've had a lot of time with yourself, and at the stage you are at in life, I can imagine it's a lot of like, there's just a lot of different energies that are like flowing in and out of you at this time, especially in the sense of like, I'm getting like, you know, that like inner parent, and then that also that inner child are like, you know, and it could be a thing of like, who am I? What do I trust? Like, yo, you know what I mean? But it's not, it's not uh focus on your identity time. It's a realize that is not real, and it is all just ego monkey brain that makes you think that you're stuck in this person who has this story and da 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 da. You know what I mean? Because when you really like stop and you realize and you like you look at yourself. No, well, how about this? I mean, like, instead of like just focusing on like, this is me, this is my identity, this is my story, these are the things that I'm worried about because this has happened and that's happened and this, that, and the third. It's to be able to like separate yourself and realize that you are the awareness. You wouldn't, you're not the thinker, like, or you're not the thoughts. How about that? Or the thinker. You are the one that's observing all of that happening, because how would you know you're thinking? You know, you, and how would you know that you're feeling this kind of way? Like, you have to step back away from even just like language and everything and simply just watch it as if it's a river. Just watch all these things pass and watch all the different ways that the sun like glistens on the water, and how the moon does the same but differently, and how different it was from yesterday and the day before. Things might feel like they have an expiration date now, or like this anxiety, I think, is not so much what you're trying to give it an identity of. I think it's things are about to change drastically, and your patience is like the wait is like really almost done. And it might feel like you're running out of time, or like things are going, like days are going faster, or just I'm just getting like this like, in like movies when they're like about to like leave and they're just like they're just like looking around and they're just like taking in everything, like kind of like that kind of energy, even though like you're not really going anywhere, but you just have like this feeling to like take in everything as it is right now, because everything's about to shift very significantly. What's coming in? We got strength in reverse. What's coming with that? What's coming in? I think that correlates with that one. Yeah. I just think it's not a time to like apply a story to anything. It's time. It might have been like, you were looking at something a different way, like say looking at the river when the sun's out, but now you're looking at the river and the moon's out and it looks different. Things are darker, you can't really see what's under the water and stuff like that. And that's just really what it is. Like, things are moving but you can't really see what they are, so you're trying to like apply an identity to them, or putting a title on them, but you're just being asked to surrender and to continue to like love yourself and put yourself first. And that doesn't mean like disregard other people or anything, but that means just be in that gray area and realize how much comes from that, and like how lucky you are to like view things so differently. You know what I mean? To have the option to do that. And to be in this like state of just reflection and appreciation for things that have happened, even if they were hurtful or whatever the case may be. But what we're really moving into now, and like what all this buildup was about, boom, Empress, yeah, we're hopping into that energy. And when you've got the sickest garden, everybody wants to come over. Everyone's coming over for the carne asada. We're moving away from this shit. From the fucking Queen of Wands. Queen of Swords in reverse. Just this, taking your thoughts way too seriously. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it. It's never worth it. you have a thought now and it is going to mean something different in fucking 5 minutes. So like, why get so caught up on things? And then it's just always going to go back to like, there's nothing in the past for you. You know what I mean? It's just, it's like when you read a book and you reread it a couple times, and every time you reread it, it's like a different experience. You know what I mean? It's not the time to be hard on yourself. It's a time to be accepting with the situation that you're in right now and how good you're actually doing, you know? Yeah. There's a whole lot coming up. There is a whole lot coming up. So get clear on what you want. Get clear if that's career. Know what you're looking for. Know that don't limit yourself. Just know that if something is scary, like think of it in terms of, oh, here's a position that I can learn in, or like, what do I want to learn going into a job? And then these things won't be so scary anymore because now you're there to be a student. You know what I mean? Or like, if I want to continue my journey on being a teacher within my careers, then look for where in that position or a position where you can be a teacher to others, and so on and so forth. If it's a person, start getting clear on what you want, what you know that you deserve. And I even would give the thing of like, think of your best friend and like everything that they deserve. Apply that to yourself. You know, like you deserve that. Just go as far as you want with that. Just what do you want, so that when it is in front of you, you know what you're looking at. You know, you're not just like starstruck. You know, you're like, oh hey, like this. I like my sandwich is ready. You know, like exactly that. And know what you don't want. You know, take all these lessons and be able to identify things in situations or people that you don't want to play that anymore. You know what I mean? Let's get one more tarot and then we'll pull. You're so close to putting all of those, is it still the, yeah, putting all of those fucking wands down, you know, taking on way too much. Because if you know what you want, then you're only going to be holding what you want, and it's going to feel way lot lighter, you know, because you're not trying to figure out what the lesson is here. You're like, oh, I chose this because I was hoping to get this from the experience. I'll probably get more, but you know what I'm saying? Let's get one more. Oh, okay, two more. Oh yeah, baby. We got the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune. This is gonna be a lucky spin. Yeah, and just don't trip out, because you're just in your Hermit phase, and I know it's a time of thinking and a time of, you know, it's just like standing you've been in a valley for so long, and then you go up that mountain and you look around and you realize there's all these other valleys where they're doing things differently, but it seems to be working over there, and like, why can't I be doing that, or why can't I have that, or exactly, why can't you go do it, go get it now, you know that it's there, you know what you want, and now you go, and there you go, and it's gonna work out real well, because it's just a different font, it's a different language, but you learn so fast through experience. Let's get an oracle. We'll close off. Favorite oracle deck, highly recommend. Let's see. Just get one shuffle on this. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, mystery, and then this is the illustration. Let's see. 18. A shaman can teach you about power. A magician can train you to become strong in the spirit and contempt in your endeavors in life. But to describe how a miracle happens or how you come to be a powerful magician is to try to explain the mystery. You can talk around the secrets of power, but if you describe them directly, you lose that power and destroy the mystery. Welcome the mystery and allow the miracle of existence to emerge from the darkness to transform you. I know the moon's out, and even with your little lantern, you can't see what's under the water right now, and what's coming up, and what's on the way, but it's coming, and it's going to be really fucking awesome, because it's all a part of your mystery, you know. Um, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. Stay tuned in. Love you guys. Bye.